Hi, I'm Tom from Cotswold Outdoor, and today we're in the amazing Cairngorm National Park and we're going to go up Vehicle Ridge. The weather's now closed in a little bit, so the waterproof's gone back on, and also I've decided to put my thicker pair of gloves on just to make sure that when I do need it, when we put harnesses and helmets on, when we get to some of the ridge and the buttress, we're ready to actually use my fingers, they've not gone cold. So today I'm wearing my brand new mountain equipment Randonee gloves. I've had, I think, 3 pairs of these gloves now. They're absolutely excellent. This is the latest generation, so I'm looking forward to breaking these in and having a fab winter with them. The mountain equipment Randonee glove has got a lot of features. You get an awful lot for your money here, but the first thing we should talk about is the fact that they are not a waterproof glove. Now, a lot of people will get turned off because it's not waterproof, and particularly in Scotland in the winter, it's going to rain. However, there is a bit of a sort of method behind the madness there. If you have a Gore-Tex glove that's got a lot of stitching in and it's sort of pre-curved for your fingers, then eventually it's not going to be waterproof. And once that water gets in, it's about how you get rid of it. The Randonee glove works on a very different principle, and that's that it's got a soft shell outer, so it's windproof and water resistant, but if it is absolutely honking it down, if you're climbing on both axes and the water's getting in and then getting in, it's really, really great, because what you can do is pull the glove off and wring it dry. And that, a big part of the secret is because inside it uses a synthetic pile, and this material is excellent. So say your hands have got a little bit cold, they've got a little bit damp, then what you can do is wriggle the glove on, and it is, I've deliberately sized them small a little bit. There we go. You wriggle them on, and you have got a pull tab to help as well, and then just get it all wrapped up nicely. And then that synthetic pile, that's constantly agitating the skin and teasing all the moisture away from it. And genuinely, after about half an hour, you'll find that your hand is maybe like damp and clammy, but it'll be a lot warmer, because that synthetic pile is drawing the moisture out from the inside to the outside of the glove. Honestly, for Scottish weather, like, I believe everybody should have a pair of these in their bag. It's really good, particularly if they've already got wet hands, because sometimes it happens, no matter how many pairs of gloves you take out, how many pairs of waterproof gloves you got, your hands get damp and your fingers get cold, and being able to whack these on, wriggle around a little bit, pump those fingers and move around, do some exercise, then your hands are warm super quick. So I love these gloves. Other features of the Randonee glove are pre-curved sort of box construction to the fingers. So whereas like cheaper manufacturers will literally, you know, draw around your hands like you're at primary school, cut it out and stitch it together, with these, there's a lot of stitching, a lot of work goes into making sure that the gloves are pre-curved, so you're not constantly trying to flex against material and fight the material. It's there for you. So whether it's holding your walking poles, whether it's climbing on 2 axes or manipulating gear, it's even eating your lunch, they really work well for that. They've also got a grippy palm, and particularly a grippy thumb insert too, and also the essential nose wipe soft bit of material. One of the best features, I would say, on the new Randonee glove, however, is the kind of Velcro that they're using now. So instead of like old-fashioned hook and loop, which would catch on fleeces, make it pill, and would catch and then become less effective, it's now, it doesn't have, if I can just drag it against my fleece, like it just doesn't interact with the fleece, doesn't catch it, just passes straight through it. It's absolutely excellent stuff, and it'll make the gloves last longer, but also all your gear as well. If you're going to use them as a workhorse, they don't have that Gore-Tex membrane in, so they are a lot cheaper than, say, an equivalent pair that would have Gore-Tex in, like the Couloirs or the Couloir Pros. So that is reflected in the price. They are a lot cheaper and a lot more usable, so I believe everyone should have them in, but just be aware at some point you're probably going to wear them out. If, say, you wanted a pair of just like guaranteed waterproof gloves that maybe weren't going to see the kind of wear that you would get from gripping poles, gripping axes like this, and it was more for, you know, like skiing a couple of weeks a year or like winter sports and things, then you might decide to get a pair of Gore-Tex gloves, and they might be better suited for that than a pair like these. Finally, everyone asks why they've got this little loop on them, and it's because normally with cheaper gloves you might get a loop at the bottom, and that's fab because you'll clip that to your harness when you're not wearing them or you're climbing instead of belaying and that. But of course the downside of that is that all the snow and the rain just starts to fill in those gloves. The best bit about the mountain equipment Randonees, and you get it with all of Mountain Equipment's mountain line gloves I would say, is that you can clip it with a Karabiner like that to your harness, obviously the pair, and then all that snow all the rain just falls straight out of them rather than collecting inside. So then when you put them back on, you haven't got a really wet puddled glove.